Transition. It's that easy.
Yes, it
If only I
is.
had known that transition was that easy.
Oh,
What now?
game volume's really loud. There we go.
Apologies to everyone. I have some kind of sinus infection. I'm just dealing with it. Okay, so this is Doki Doki Literature Club, and I have never played it, but I have played a lot of visual novels. And I want to talk about the intro screen because of this. Now, this isn't a magic trick. I truly could be wrong. But I'm going to give you my best guess. Okay, you see this girl at the front here?
Mm-hmm.
She's rich, and she's also, like, kind of wanting to be the, like, main character's best friend. But this girl over here is the girl next door.
Mm-hmm.
This girl back here seems like she's normal, but she's actually the yandere, which means she's going to go crazy and try to murder you.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl over here is the Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my predictions based on character design.
This is going to be really interesting. Also, we are sharing a mic today, so we don't have any our little avatars up. Also, because like you just have to see the amazingness. The warning that popped up in the beginning, I don't think you saw it. It's not suitable for children or for people who are easily disturbed.
So one thing you should know about visual novels is that almost none of them are suitable for children. And did they make a big deal about, like, lining up the artist for this game or something?
I have no idea.
It's just funny because I know that they tried to make it look like a visual novel.
But yes, there are dark themes in this. How much have you heard about this game?
I know it's a horror game.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically all you really need to know.
And I know that it definitely takes a turn at some point to
Yes.
where it seems like it's normal and then it is not.
Yes.
See, the thing is, what most people don't know about visual novels and their history, or some people won't know at least, I don't know what most knows, but visual novels are largely porn in Japan. There are non-porn visual novels, but like the space has been largely an adult entertainment space.
Mm-hmm.
So like what's funny is that if there weren't a horror element to this game, I would be expecting something hidden that would reveal itself, but it wouldn't be horror.
Ah, gotcha.
It would be the nudes.
The nudes.
You would unlock a series of scenes involving each of the girls that
The
would
noodles.
be incrementally more unlikely for you to go through, and incrementally more nude.
The noodles.
Yes, the noodles.
Alright, so you do not have a loaded game.
I do not. This is all new. No more crumbs on the mouse pad.
Now, I have seen a lot of playthroughs of the original Doki Doki Literature Club.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is about.
It's probably got 6 extra scenes or endings.
So,
with the Plus games, they always have the core, but then they add some more stuff to make it playable for people who want to do it.
right.
So let's go new game. Okay, we gotta enter...
Potato.
Our character's name is Potato. Deal with it.
Potato. Hey! I'm gonna do voices.
I can't click that. How do I go next?
I guess you press a button. Oh, maybe it's a controller thing. There you go.
No, I am not using the frickin' Xbox controller.
Shoot.
How did you even have that happen?
You might have to exit, and I don't know how it did the controller. Go ahead and hit exit. Yes.
Okay.
Settings. Go ahead and hit enter. See if that worked.
Enter?
Yeah, hit enter. Nope. Okay. Quit.
So, I'd say just unplug the controller.
Yeah. Or just turn it off. And there we go.
God damn it. So was this the metaverse before Zuckerberg pulled all his bullshit?
Okay.
Oh good, I've got root.
There we go.
If you're easily disturbed, you should get out of the Japanese entertainment space. It's not for you. Alright, let's try this from the top. New game with the Mies Mouse. Hey!
Hey!
Ah!
Really?
I had to click on the text, not the play button.
I think that might be the skip button.
Oh, we don't want that.
Go ahead and read out.
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Is she a short-haired girl? That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Yes, we know, she's the girl next door. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, turning into Usagi Tsukino. And I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. What an anime. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Yep. She's neighbor girl.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
I caught you. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. I just realized that since this is supposed to be a Japanese character, it would be like, potato.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, potato.
Potato.
Potato?
Potato.
That's mean, potato.
It's like people say Naruto. When people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. Sorry.
That's me.
Yeah, I flubbed.
Fine, fine.
Move your eye over.
But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. I descend further and further into anime hell. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Potato, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs, because I don't understand how Japanese school works. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Dude, you deserve whatever it is you get. Sayori likes to worry too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. It's you.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought if you became a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll keep being a typical anime protagonist and go with this. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? I just gotta say this, like, I wish that I would have been able to have the experience that Japanese schoolchildren have with their clubs. Like, there's so many cool clubs that this character could be going to, and so in the background I'm just like, what is your problem, dude? Going to a club! They're cool! More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Oh, gods. I guess seeing her worry about me makes me want to ease her mind a little, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it, in this normal game. That's regular. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. That's not how you do it! Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Why wouldn't you... Why are you having a problem with the... This is your club! Let's drag this guy's ass over to the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but then I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Oh, she is such vice president material, too. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I'm bringing a new member.
Oh, this is a Ponzi scheme.
And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Okay. It's not Ponzi scheme, it's Avon. Don't make promises you can't keep. What, you think she made it up? I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. She's a woman! This is what they all do in high school! I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes! Let's go!
God, the guy is the tsundere here. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone! The new member's here!
I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, she's gonna be a psycho. Go ahead.
Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Oh, is she closet lesbian?
Ah, Potato. What a nice surprise.
How about I get one of them? You've got
Which
like...
one do you want?
I'll take last girl here.
Okay.
Ah, Potato, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's how clubs work, you douche.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student.
Is that like a freshman?
Yeah. They just, like... I actually don't know why they're saying first-year students instead of just saying freshmen, but I've never really looked at how it's translated, so maybe it just reads like that. Oh, wait. Was this first in English or in Japanese?
This is in English first.
Okay. You know what? They had me so fooled, I thought it was translated from Japanese. It's whatever fantasy these American writers are having about how Japan works. That's what it is. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Do not piss off Cupcake Girl. You can just ignore her when she... Oh, wait, this is you.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Potato. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Potato. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make us some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room,
Oh.
and I
There we go.
Wow, I didn't know I could do that. I need to mute for just a second. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Okay, I just want to say, Monica's starting to give me more of the yandere vibes instead of Yuri. And I'm just, like, kind of, like, moving my prediction marker of girl who first goes crazy over to possibly Monica.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite, like a true gamer. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Yes, douche! Eat it! I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Yes, you douche! That's the only place that anime girls get sweets. It's from their own kitchen. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation, having never before met a girl in my life. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted! Yuri looks away.
I mean that,
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Brute force. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president... Yep, you're president material. Of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. board member. Like, they usually call it council member. Because the student council of any school is like a legendary form of rulership that transcends all politics and nature. You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. I killed them all. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. So I formed my own cult. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
And we'll follow her to the grave. Yuri also nods in agreement. I hope no one is listening without looking at the screen. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. It turns out if you murder the members of the other clubs, they can't attend yours. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. Of course, we got to get ready for the festival. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. And sell shares in our startup. Right, everyone?
Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Sorry. Okay, this is the main thing that differentiates every single girl in a visual novel, and they've lined it up on the screen, and they even have it on the in the narration. So, the thing that differentiates the different girls in a visual novel game is their cup size.
Mm-hmm.
And like they've lined it all up here. Like, such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. It also usually allocates your budget. Though I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Potato, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. And that's pretty, like, impressive considering that if this is in Japan, then he could be reading light novels, which are about 3 words long. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds.
Nisekai.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Yeah, but it'd be really funny if she was like a Warhammer novel fan.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Sorry, that last line was so lampshaded. Reading a lot of horror lately, huh? Ah, I read a horror book once. It desperately grasps something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Take notes, kiddies.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Gonna die first.
Oh? Why's that? Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
It's the pink hair, it's the pink hair, it's the pink hair, it's the pink hair. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Good luck with that one. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes.
Other times I just copy them off of the Denny's menu.
Why'd you care?
I think that's impressive. I copy all of my poems off of the Denny's menu. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. A moment of silence for the entertainment we could have had. Okay. I have an idea. Everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home. Let's all go home. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. One of us, one of us, one of us, one of us. Isn't that right, Potato? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. I don't know how to write. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club!
Oh my god.
He's so hard to get. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But...
I'm sorry, I thought... Potato...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. I should have socialized one day in my life to be able to prepare for this moment. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the Literature Club!
Yay!
One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. And now, let's chant. Everyone remember tonight's assignment.
More homework.
Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Potato, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Potato, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. You got that, audience? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me! And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most.
What's up?
Okay. Oh my god. So, I actually want to talk strategy. Is there a point to trying to date a specific girl? Or does it really matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Can you date a specific girl on purpose?
Yes.
Is it, like, so what do you want to try?
I've seen a lot of this, so I'd prefer if you go ahead and try.
Okay. I'm just, like, trying to figure out, like... I'm gonna go with the weird words and just see what happens. It's like, broken. Captive. philosophy, unrestrained, despise, contamination, massacre, empty. I'm skipping this one. Agonize. No, puppy. That'll make them wonder. Afterimage. Doki. Fester. Entropy. Horror's really on the nose, huh? I'm gonna go with melancholy. Cage. Anime. It's all about an anime you watched. Tragedy. Fickle. Existence. Kawaii.
This is gonna be fun.
So, Doki Doki Literature Club is basically Mad Libs.
Sure.
Could you toss me the fuzzy blanket?
Yep.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
Temperature regulation is important, everyone. Without it, you can't have a body. Alright. Hi again, Potato. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I got this Mad Lib shit down. This might seem a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out.
been muted this time.
Oh no! We muted it this whole time. I'm so sorry. We just caught that. Well, you could read the screen. Now we're back together again at last.
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? That's so they could talk to each other.
Right. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear.
By the way, something I want to point out as a visual novel player. By this point, a regular visual novel player would have noticed that they have been given absolutely no opportunity to make a decision whatsoever. Because usually, even if there's nothing that changes, no matter what decision you make, you at least have, like, branching conversations. Like, you talk to this girl and have this conversation, then you talk to this girl, or you could talk to them in a different order. Or at least you have opportunities to do things or not do things. But here, it's just all been straight through.
Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well...
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
Human experiment prison?
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts falling apart.
That's kinda dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Dude, I guess you do not know how to read girl types, because she's definitely gonna be reading the dark stuff. Yuri gently giggles, all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Potato?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil,
but because she has a crush on you.
But because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in.
Oh, God.
Then suddenly, when you thought it related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans.
Oh, God. She likes villain reversal.
I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well...
I'm still interested in you.
I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Ah.
I'm imagining that the book ends up being Omega Verts.
Oh, God. That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Now let's read about human experiment prisons together. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri meant about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Had to think about how that worked for a second. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Oh, of course, they're gonna hold it together. Sorry. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
There I go! Turn the page!
Oh my god.
Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted for a second because Felix was singing. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
You barely know how to read.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. Read slow for me. I feel good about that. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Potato, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. This is so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kinda cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down, like you need a wingman or something. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not... It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Crushing it forever. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other side, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I write my poem to first? Or who should I show my poem to first? We can make choices! It's our first choosening.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I say let's go Yuri. Like, I think she kind of earned this one. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. Yeah, boy. I could trust her option to be fair. Fair and balanced. She's just dotting. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. And then she realizes that I wrote it with ChatGPT.
Well, I knew that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Is Yuri negging me? Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. I'm just not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well...
Is she QAnon?
Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
She's QAnon.
Sorry.
It's fine. My uncle went to the Capitol riot, so I know how it goes.
Oh my god. Too soon.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate behind the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing in air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay, I'm into the colors of the light changing over time because I'm really pissed off that the amber street lights went away too.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Oh. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, they just taught it to me, like, yesterday. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I've wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
I was gonna ask if Yuri was a ghost, and his next line is, "Are you into ghosts, Yuri?" So I'm gonna say it. Is Yuri a ghost?
No.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? If it were Japanese, it'd be like,
Oh, gotcha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Potato.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to the ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing.
Oh, are you graduating? That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Mute warning. I unmuted it.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing from you, or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Ah. You know... I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Potato.
Me too. I'm gonna do the best for me too. So, I'm gonna guess that the order of this is completely inconsequential.
You can only show it to 2, I believe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Who is... Sayori is girl next door, right?
Yes.
Let's go Sayori. ...
This is a good poem, Potato. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Potato. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not really sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason that I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blind in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Gods, this could go so many ways. I can't wait till we get a little further on and it's more overt. Sayori! This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean.
I still tried my best. Oh, sorry, that was yours.
I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
That was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
Oh.
Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, let's go Monica.
Oh.
Hi, Potato. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. But once you're not new, I'm not going to listen anymore. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha. Don't worry, Potato. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Potato. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Wow. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Ahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Cthulhu? So what do you think? It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day! Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening! Who should I show my poem to next? I have so many choices, but because she's so special and she brought such delicious cupcakes, I have to choose Natsuki this time. And that's the only reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'd like it.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. So, like, I actually like that. Also, I'd just like to say that, Eagles Soaring Together or something was like the song of my alma mater, because our mascot was the eagle, and the alma mater song was all about eagles flocking together.
Okay.
Which they don't.
No.
So like when I saw the title Eagles Can Fly, I was like, oh man, this is going to be like my alma mater song. And I'd like to say that this was more compelling and intelligent sounding than my alma mater song.
Wow. Yes.
Here you go.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well... because... everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. Come here. So people don't ever take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something.
A pro.
Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Keep on poking me butt. With your toe.
Oh. Well...
It's okay. We've got a cat here as well. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Cat, no! Ow!
Oh!
Please, just don't pull him like that whenever I'm trying to do stuff. Okay. That didn't actually cut...
attack.
It didn't actually cut the finger. It was just him being stupid. I need a moment.
Surprise, cat. And we're back. Oops. Knocked the thing down. As soon as I did that.
They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Like ships in the night. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
Oh no.
What's with this language? Oh, that's your line.
What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Well, people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Potato did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet.
Oh.
No! And Potato liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Ooh, the music stopped.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Potato appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ah!
Knock down, drag out.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Potatoes started showing up.
Is she stuffing?
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Potato! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Natsuki over here making a modest proposal. Arguing for, like, incisive, blunt satire.
What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? That meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out.
Alright, John Swift.
Help me explain that to her, Potato. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Potato? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Well, remember your girl next door friend? She dragged you into this, actually. That's exactly how it happened. It's not like I know anything about writing. With whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Help me, Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri! But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Oh, sorry. Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Potato? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It'd be unfair for the others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Battle.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Huh? Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because... Well... Also... Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were.
You would know.
Big and beautiful.
Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face. Oh, that's you.
Usurper! Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayuri is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Okay, Biden. Nah. It's not like I could blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. What a thing to say to another girl about a girl.
Right?
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly.
Potato, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. You...
Potato! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I could see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Potato, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't gotten caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. Alright. Insight. Marriage. Graveyard. Journey. Anime. Disown! An anxiety. Hop. Existence. Chocolate rain. Tenacious D. Misfortune. Boop. Fluffy. Swimsuit. Contamination. Afterimage. Extreme! Philosophy. Marshmallow. Oh! I just noticed that if you look to the left, I think that they actually jump up and down for the words that go with them.
Yes.
I just noticed that.
Just waiting to see how long it'd take.
Okay. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Potato.
Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's also always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No, thanks.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayuri nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out! I knew it. I could see right through you, Sayuri.
That's not fair. How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. Okay, Sherlock. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
You feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh?
Oh.
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Potato to let me borrow some money.
Wow.
That's... Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
The revolution?
Retribution. That!
Wow.
Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But... you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Pwap!
Ah! Ow. What was... Huh? A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Oh, yeah.
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs her. Oh, that's you.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why'd you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Aw, jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her.
Oh.
Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie!
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where's Monica anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly
Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Huh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all.
Oh, God.
You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Potato. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to add any pressure or anything. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri.
Huh?
I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much.
She gonna drug us?
If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Potato in club activities?
My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Then let's go, Potato.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri.
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Potato. How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say? Ah,
Yuri lifts her head.
Potato. I really like being friends with you.
Ah ha ha. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better, and I have so many ulterior motives. Anyway...
Yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Potato, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyways.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Potato. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Potato, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Oh, why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending at my desk.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my...
I knew it.
My...
Your posture, right? Ain't it always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I'm sorry, I was a little distracted because I just realized I've known so many people who are very chesty, and none of them have said that they'd like to sit on the floor because of it. So I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayuri's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. I feel like Monica's gonna murder them. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
Dun dun dun! I can't see too well.
Oh! Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only assume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's okay. I won't take any.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the page.
Oh god, is he gonna feed it directly to her? Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here! I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. It's sticking out like anime toast. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Potato?
Sorry! I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right?
I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah! That's all it was!
Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything.
Oh god. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I know, right? I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I've got a pickle. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! I love how the music stopped.
How dare you, Monica?
Ooh, ah! I'm sorry, I have trouble sometimes because that's such a Japaneseism. But they wrote this in English in the first place. Ooh, ah! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems! Potato! You can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks!
What the...
I like how she just seems to show up and like... I gathered that Monica was a little pissed that they're getting like really chummy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was doing with that.
I know, it's just like...
The spell is abruptly broken. Okay, you on.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the cups from the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling that this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Who should I show my poem to first? Monica, how you doing? Hi again, Potato. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think our poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, that's just a theory. A literature theory!
Oh my god.
You want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, gyrating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Ah ha ha ha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Well, I'd say now is actually probably a good time to save.
There's an autosave as
Oh,
well.
that's nice. Whoa, you got up to 6 pages of slots.
Yeah. How do you return? Wait, wrong. Went to OBS.
So, we've been streaming for over 2 hours.
Yeah, I was about to say, what is a good breaking point for
I
this?
think now's a good breaking point for this.
Okay, cool. Let's do it then.
All right. Well, this has been Totally Normal Dating Simulator.
It's actually still pretty normal. I was expecting it to be a little bit more abnormal by now. So yeah, this was fun. We'll be back next week with either this or Death Stranding.
Yeah, depending on whether or not I feel like I can handle it.
Yeah. We'll see y'all then.
Bye.
Ciao.